Okay, today I'll be teaching you how to plot the quadratic curve. The last time I taught you how to form the table of value of a quadratic equation. You can see the x and y values like we plotted from the last mention of table of values. Okay, you need to understand the scale of 2 cm to 1 unit on x and 2 cm to 2 units on y. Now 2 cm contains 10 lines, so from here to here is 1 cm. From here to here is another 1 cm, that is 2 cm. You can see that any 2 cm you see 1, 2, 3, and so on. So that 2 cm to 1 unit on x simply means now 2 cm contains 10 lines. Now for x, since 2 cm contains 10 lines, we just call it 10 lines is equal to 1, meaning 2 cm to 1. To get the value of each line, divide by the coefficient of the line. So when you divide both sides by the coefficient of the line, each line becomes 0.1. So from 0, you can't do small lines. You're having 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. You keep on counting until you get to 1.0. Yeah, now you do the same thing for the y axis. You have 2 cm to 2 units. Remember, 2 cm means 10 lines. So 10 lines is equal to 2. When you divide both sides by the coefficient of the line becomes 2 over 10 is 0.2. So for the y axis, you count from the bold line going up, each line is 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1.0, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, 2.0. So now you've known how to know the value of each line from the scale you use. Okay, now we're going over for us to plot the points. Now when x is -4 or y is -13, you trace it down to where it meets from your cross. We use cross to form our points, or plotting rather. When x is -3, y is -3, you trace it. Okay. You go to the next point. When x is -2, y is +3, you trace it there to where it meets with +3 of y. When x is -1, y is +5, you go up. The next one is when x is 0, y is +3, you trace it up to the +3 of y. Now there you have it. When x is 1, y is -3. Go down to you have -3. When x is 2, y is -13. Trace it down till -13, and here we go. Okay. Now from here we're done with the plotting of the points. We just need to join the points to form our quadratic curve. Now slowly with your freehand sketch, gradually go in, joining the points in a slow and smooth manner so that you get a very beautiful curve. Okay, keep going, and finally, ta-da, here you have your curve. Okay, beautiful, right? Now you've gotten the quadratic curve. Easy, right? Okay, now you can see when you have a negative value, the curve appears like this, just like the one we plotted. A negative coefficient of the highest power of x. But when it is positive, you have a U-shaped curve. So whenever you see that, have it at the back of your mind. Okay, and now we're done with the plotting of the curve. We now want to find the the turning point, which means the maximum or minimum value of y. For this curve, we have the maximum value of y, which we call the turning point. So, had it been it was a U-shaped curve, it becomes the minimum value. But since it is an N-shaped, we call it the maximum value. But either ways, you call it the turning point. Now, the corresponding x value becomes the axis or the line of symmetry. That is, the value of x that corresponded with the turning point is what you call the line of your symmetry. So our turning point is +5 on the y, while our line of symmetry is the -1 on the x. So at this point, you've learned how to plot, how to form the table of value for quadratic equation, and how to plot the curve and estimate some items.